All right. Welcome back to Nova Body, whoever you are, wherever you are. I'm gonna get into a foam roller flow. This is one of my favorite things to do. If you have a foam roller, grab it. If you don't, use similar to the sliders, use a towel on the floor or a washcloth on some or anything that you have that can move. It doesn't matter. It will give you a different experience, but we're having different experiences anyways, so what's a little extra difference? I'm gonna grab my foam roller. I'm using a very this is the orthopedic OPTP Pro Roller Soft, and this is used in it's similar to the melt method, so it's kind of made to feel very like gentle for you to melt into, which is different than some of the harder foam rollers. That's the experience that I'm having over here. Whatever you got, work with it. The idea of today's session is to just flow and move a ton and experience. So adapt whatever you need to adapt, do whatever you need to do. Never stop moving. You don't need to move into pain, but you don't need to develop a fear avoidance either. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's start with the foam roller in between your legs. If you don't have a foam roller, just sit on top of something else or sit on a chair. We just want to get into the alignment real quick of the pelvic floor. Feel the pubic bone and the tailbone even. Feel the right sitting bone and the left sitting bone even. And imagine a little diamond shape. Feel that diamond shape is even. So you're not favoring the back, you're not favoring the front, you're not favoring the right, you're not favoring the left. So go ahead and take a second to kind of tune into that. And as you're doing that, take the tips of your collarbones, these like the little knobs right out here, and feel those two bones radiate open horizontally. And as they're radiating open horizontally, feel the sternum kind of lifting and reaching somewhat forward energetically, so you have this sort of like T shape in the front. You also have that feeling in the back space. So as the tips of your shoulder blades are radiating wide and the pelvic floor is stacked, bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth, about 1.5 fingers behind your teeth, and allow the tongue position to organize you over the diamond shape. As that's happening, just see if you overly exaggerated the rib cage in any direction, and see if you can stack the front of the rib cage and the back of the rib cage evenly. Roof of the mouth, rib cage, pelvic floor. And from there, just go ahead, place your fingers like this. Actually, that's a lie. Put one here, put one in the back space. Breathe into both hands. Breathe up into the collarbones. Breathe through the whole spine, and just as you exhale, an S sound can work, whatever helps you connect there, and feel the two palms coming together. And as they come together, that diamond shape connects as well, and there's sort of a lifting happening. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Touch your hip bones, walk about 1 or 2 fingers in, breathe in to your fingertips, press. As you breathe out, draw your fingertips towards each other. Breathe into your fingertips. Breathe out. Get that connection, connect. Really deepen into it. Deepen. Find it. Hold it. Learn it. Deepen it. Good. Grab hold of the rib cage. Fingertips in front. Thumbs in the back. Shoulders are stacked. That collarbone width is stacking. You're going to lift through the roof of the mouth. You're breathing in through the nose. You're stacking everything we're doing. So you're still breathing into here, into here, into here. And now we're just emphasizing the ribs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Narrowing the diamond, connecting the hip bones, narrowing the rib cage. Breathe in again. Breathe out. And feel that narrow. Feel those muscles narrowing. Good. One more. Good. Take a break. Take your hands kind of like along your armpits, let's say. Breathe into both. You can also touch the pecs. The pecs, they lift the upper ribs. And as you exhale, okay. I could do that for hours, and I know that's not what everybody wants to do, so we're gonna move on. You're gonna take your foam roller forward. You're gonna bring it in front of you and lay back. Okay. So here we are. You're gonna take your pubic bone and lengthen it. Your ankles are on the foam roller. Your pubic bone is lengthening long. The back of your rib cage is dropping into the mat. The collarbones up top are opening wide. You're gonna take your fingers and reach them towards the foam roller. And gently go ahead and breathe into the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, feel the narrowing of the hip bones and gently begin to pull the heels inward without moving the pelvis. You're gonna breathe in, extend. Breathe out. Feeling your thigh bones gliding into the back of their sockets. So it's very gentle in the thighs, and most of the effort is coming from here. Breathing in, breathing out. Narrowing the ribs, feeling that serratus wrapping. One more. Here we go, y'all. We're gonna move into single leg. You're gonna bend. Narrow, and one leg will slide up to tabletop. It's very gentle in the thigh. You slowly place it down. Exhale, originate the movement from internal, float the other leg. One more each side, extending, high. Exhale, bend, let the leg float. Extend, let the leg float. Pause here with your knees bent. You're gonna breathe in, and as you breathe in, your toes are gonna go over. As you exhale, your heels are gonna go down. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. And you're just feeling the arches of the feet. You're feeling the relationship between the dropping of the heels, that folding of the ankle, and the folding of the hip crease. Hello, how are you? What do you think about that foam roller, huh? Come here. Okay. Now, keep the heels down for a second and just squeeze the toes over and activate the arches of the feet. Then spread the toes. Contract. Think of the arches of the feet. Expand the toes. Contract. Expand. Now go 1 foot. Contract that arch. Switch. And just see if you can start to feel the relationship. Oh, there's 2 of you now. Okay. See if you can contract as you use the foot, can you feel the relationship to the deep abdomen on that same side? Good, now hold it where you really feel connected. So whether that's a contraction, whether that's an opening of the toes, it doesn't matter, just feel the foot position that makes you feel like you're connected to your core and connected to a little bit of that dropping of the inner thigh. And then we're just gonna stay here for a second. Leave the sensation going on in your feet. Touch your hip bones, exhale, and round your pubic bone towards you. Hi. And then push it away from you. Use the deep abdomen to curl the pubic bone in and away. In and reach and extend. Drag that pubic bone inward and then send it forward. Keep the rib cage stable. Now, contract and hold it where you feel it, and you're just gonna push into 1 foot and then switch, push into the other. And feel the abdomen deeply on the side that you're gently pushing into. Alternating right and left. Good, now hold it in the center point. Stay right there, breathe in through your nose. Breathe out, connect to the core, and slowly float the hips off of the floor ever so slightly. Breathe in, tap down. Breathe out, find that core connection. Driving into the foam roller. Exhale, reaching through the kneecaps. You're gonna go part way up and stay right there. You're going to move the feet, point over, drag the heels down. Point the toes over, drag the heels down. Point over, drag the heels down. Point over, drag the heels down. Stay right there. Exhale, pelvic tilt. Really moving from internal, feeling that diamond shape coming towards you and away from you. Now pause and hold and rise up a little bit deeper, reaching that diamond shape forward through the knees. Stay there and reach, 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 reach. Press down into your palms ever so slightly and just shift your weight from one foot to the other foot. Pressing. Alternating, feeling the core, the inner thigh, the foot connection. Hold, press into the left, press into your right armpit more than the left, float the right foot, tap it down. 2, 3, 4, one more time, 5, put it down. Press into the right foot and the left armpit. Float the left thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place and hold. Slowly roll down your spine. Extend the legs out. Exhale, pull in and lift. Feel the core and the hamstrings coordinate. If there's too much strain involved, do a little bit less. Find a little support by pressing slightly into the shoulder blades if you'd like. Extending the legs out. Hold it there. Ankle bones even. Breathe in. Exhale. Press down into your ankles and rise the hips into the air. Tap down. Exhale. Pause, breathe. Just let your body feel into that. Hello. Breathe. Long spine. And you're just going to go ahead now and hold your hip bones and let your thighs rotate out and in without moving your tailbone. Now, wherever you feel like when you rotate into that position, you feel sort of tight or restricted, I want you to go to that position, hold, and press. And sort of activate inside the socket. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. Find another position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Push your ankles slightly into the foam roller and slowly, in turnout, slowly begin to drag the foam roller towards you. You're not turned out too far. Your pubic bone is long and even, so is your tailbone. You're even on both sides of the pelvis. And the thigh bones are just gliding down into their sockets. One more. Pause and glide, open and close, side to side, whatever it is. You want to control every part of the range of motion. So it's not just about opening and stretching. Well, depending on your goal, but for this it's motor control. So feel the relationship from the belly button out of the inner thighs. Okay, great. Neutral spine, feet on foam roller. Palms are gonna go straight up for right now. And all I want you to do is find the edge of the collarbone out here and kind of reach it. Feel the armpit activate a little bit on both sides. And just reach one arm back and one arm forward, but feel the arm go into the socket. So it's not going out of the socket for now. The arm bones are really dropping into their sockets. So as you're going in two directions, I'm kind of tight in there, so I'm not going too far. If I keep my shoulder in place and I let the arms sink into the socket, it's not going crazy far. Alternating, slow, keeping the feeling of really maintaining the connection to the joint. Pause and bring both arms back to where you can maintain the shoulder blades in place, the collarbones and the arm bones, and just go ahead and slightly bring your elbows towards each other, turning your thumbs away from each other. And all you're gonna do is protract the shoulder blades and retract, but keep your sternum still. Sternum going down the middle. Now pause with your arms in that neutral sort of position where it's not too out of the socket, it's not too much squeeze in the back, it's just right there. Interlace your fingers together. Bend your elbows, bring them behind your skull. Press your skull into your palms. Pull your skull away from the nape of your neck. Bring your elbows into your peripheral. Press your head into the palms. Bring your armpits, the back of your armpits around. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to lengthen the back of the skull, and you'll feel sort of a lifting of the skull, but it's because you're dropping the sternum into the floor like a teeter-totter. You're exhaling, and the core structure is sending energy up and supporting the head. So it's not really a scrunching of the body, it's actually a lengthening of all the things. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling the diaphragm, the rib cage wrapping and supporting. Like the kidneys in the back of the body are sending energy up and out of the skull. Breathing in, lengthen. Good. Now extend the feet slightly forward. Tailbone is long. Breathe out. Slide the thighs into the sockets. Rise. Gaze down at your pubic bone. Extend and gaze at your eyebrows. Exhale, curl down at your pubic bone or your cheekbones. So it's coming from within, you guys. It's coming from within. One more. Stay right there. And all you're going to do is take your left knee up. From there, you're going to take the back of the right armpit towards the left hip crease. Small, teeny tiny. Switch. Exhale. Get taller as you go. So it's not a lot of crunch. It's length. Feel even on both sides of the ribs and both sides of the pelvis. Aiming your sternum at that hip bone. Come to center, curl, exhale, pulling the sternum towards the pubic bone for that specific rectus connection. If you have any pain or contraindications here, please act accordingly. You don't need to do things just because I'm doing them. 2, 1, extend and lower down. How are we doing? Great? I can feel it, I can feel it. Grab the knees, find a little compression. Come on up. All right. More things. Come on up. Hold on. My coffee. All right. Come on up and place your foam roller next to you. We did this with the sliders, and we're gonna do it again with the foam roller. You're gonna take your hands to the foam roller. You're going to, just like we did laying down, you're gonna feel the back of the armpits wrapping around. You're gonna feel the arms in their sockets. Collarbones are wide, and then the roof of the mouth in line with that diamond shape of the pelvic floor. Lift the base of the skull up, and lift the back of the ears. From there, the toes are tucked, and you're reaching through the inner part of the heel to lengthen away from the tailbone. You're gonna breathe in and go back. Breathing into the back of the rib cage. Exhale. Breathing in. No two people are the same on any given day, at any given moment. So just keep listening to yourself. But what I want you to feel in general is that you're working on the organization of your system around the 3-dimensional inner body. What? So the roof of the mouth, the diaphragm, and the pelvic floor, 3-dimensional. Spherical, if you will. So you're thinking about the core structure, your internal core structure, not as being so linear as front to back, but as spherical. Okay, now hold for a second. Imagine you had a tray on your back. I want you to keep that tray lifted as you bend your elbows and you draw your elbows towards the floor. Let's turn our palms to face each other. Then you rise back up. So you will lower a little bit, but can you feel generally like you're trying to maintain that tray? You have a sense of opening in the back of the heart. One more. Stay where you can feel that shoulder girdle, and you're just going to bring the arms forward and pull back in. Elbows go forward, elbows draw back in. And come up. Hold it up there. Stay there for a second. Breathe. And all you're gonna do here, is start to take the arms more forward in a straight line, but maintain as much of the same work as you were doing before. Now, lift the spine into extension, driving it from the pubic bone through the crown of the head out of your eyes. Don't scrunch the back of the neck. Lift the back of the heart. And then go again, breathing in. Breathing into the back of the kidneys, back of the heart, side of the waist. Let's go one more. And then let's stay. I'm going to emphasize the exercise differently now. You're going to go back. You're going to take the foam roller to your knees. You're going to keep your toes down. And let's touch the hip bones. Press down into your big toes and just come up 1 inch. Then go right back down. Exhale. Feeling the outer hips narrowing. Good, rise another part way and control the down. Rise part way, control the down. Hands could be behind your head if you want. Rise, control. So they can be wherever assists you in the movement. Rise, now come all the way, woo, all the way up. And send the pubic bone forward. And then slowly control, dropping into the back of the socket. Pause, breathe, find your balance, and tip your entire body back. Exhale. Whoa, haven't done this in a while. Let's go, let's go. So, we've been working up to this. You want to feel the exhale, abdominal wall, spine long, and you want to go straight back. Then exhale, come right back up. It's not a back bend, it's straight, one line, knees to ears. It's a lot of thigh. One more. Pause. Float 1 foot and just find your balance. Long spine, long gaze. Switch. Switch. Can you try both? Woo. Try it a few rounds. And swing through. Okay. From there, you're going to take this full